founding father and principal author of the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson, once quipped, "Beer, if drunk in moderation, softens the temper, cheers the spirit and promotes health." The military never got that memo. A national crisis hit Iceland this week when a force of 7,000 American sailors and Marines who know nothing about the third president's propensity for alcoholic self-restraint invaded the country's capital city of Reykjavik, flexed an unquenchable thirst for frosty suds and swiftly drained much of the city's beer supply. Upon arrival, sailors and Marines taking part in NATO's Trident Juncture exercise wasted no time getting wasted, ICELAND magazine reported, with most making a beeline straight from the ship to the closest bar to locate, close with and destroy beers. Bar owners tried to accommodate the onslaught of American patrons, but they were fighting an overwhelming force, said local blogger, Eiríkur Johnson. "Give me your tired, your thirsty, your huddled masses yearning to drink beer." Wave after wave of dehydrated sailors and Marines strolled into town, filling local establishments for 4 days straight in search of that old, familiar embrace of sweet inebriation. One restaurant, Sita's Vinith, good luck pronouncing that, was one of the first to run out of beer. Bar owners tried borrowing from other businesses that were better stocked, but the Americans were too many. It's not uncommon during deployment for Marines and sailors to get into a bit of trouble when ships pull into port in for a bit of downtime. As was the case for the 26th Marine Expeditionary Unit's deployment when the San Antonio-class amphibious transport dock New York docked in Gaeta, Italy, in April 2018, or when the UK's newest aircraft carrier ported in Naval Station Mayport, Florida, in September, following weeks of traversing the Atlantic Ocean on its maiden voyage. During those visits, alcohol was a key culprit that got Marines and sailors in hot water with commands. Excessive drinking and underage consumption of alcohol resulted in service members getting arrested or partaking in stupid games that in one case resulted in vandalism of property. So imagine the shenanigans that occurred in Iceland following a media report from Iceland magazine that bars in the capital city of Reykjavik were struggling to keep up with the demand of the heavy beer consumption of American service members in town for the NATO-led exercise Trident Juncture. Well, surprisingly not a whole lot happened, at least for Marines with the 24th Marine Expeditionary Unit, who ported in Iceland for training and preparation for the large-scale NATO exercise. The Marines were on their best behavior. As other bars quickly began drying up, owners who said they had never experienced such an alcoholic assault put out a beer distress signal. One of Iceland's local breweries, Olgurthagils Skallagrimsanaur, answered the call and immediately began working overtime to distribute emergency beer shipments that could furnish the parched Americans with sustenance. Olgurthagils Skallagrimsanaur, the king in the north. When the ships finally departed Reykjavik, the city with a population of about 120,000 in a country with just under 340,000 was finally able to breathe. Iceland had survived the assault. The Americans had drank their fill and there have yet to be any reports of overindulgent debauchery, a true success story. Only one lance corporal was disciplined for bad behavior during the MO's stay in Iceland. According to a charge sheet obtained by Marine Corps Times, the Marine was charged with excessive drinking in violation of the MO's liberty policy and being wrongfully drunk and disorderly conduct. More on Trident Juncture. NATO's biggest military exercise since the Cold War. Over 40,000 military personnel. 31 participating nations. More than 150 aircraft. 70 ships. 10,000 vehicles.